Today, German-American entertainer Ron Williams has a rendezvous with a classic American car. He says he can't believe his eyes. A 1952 Cadillac here on Lake Ammer in Bavaria. And it's in great condition, too. Look at this, he says.
Und der ist gut beieinander. Hammer! Schau das an hier.
Talk about chrome. There's no comparison with the cars of today. It's real chrome, heavy and thick. You could deep six your opponent if he dared to challenge you in traffic. He'd be gone. You wouldn't even need any torpedoes. It's crazy, Ron says. This was a car for presidents, for superstars, and rich people.
Superstars, für reiche Leute.
Naturally, this beauty naturally has a proud owner. Ron wants Chris Ebner to tell him everything about his Fleetwood.
Chris, nun erzähl mal, wo
First, Ron asked Chris how he found the lovely green lady.
Die Frau, die Dame.
Chris says it's a good story. He dreamed about this car for 20 years before buying it from an old former American soldier. A GI, Ron asks. He was in California, Chris says. Ron's home state. Chris explains that the GI moved to Florida and left the car with his children in Idaho, but they didn't want the Caddy and put it up for sale on eBay. Chris saw it and clicked the Buy It Now button. So that's how the 1952 Fleetwood came to Germany. From 1946, Cadillac marketed its most luxurious models under the Fleetwood name. Ron asks if the car looked like it does now. Chris says it looked awful. It had a terrible paint job. He says the car had been painted 3 times with thermoplastic paint topped with acrylic, so last year he stripped it down to the bare metal. Ron asks if they can get in.
Whoa, look at this. Look at this. Oh, Hammer.
Chris agrees the dashboard's fabulous. Ron says it's like sitting on a living room sofa. There's nothing better. Oh, and the horn. Ron says that sound tells you it's no rinky-dinky Mercedes, but a Caddy that's waiting out front.
Caddy vor der Tür. Hello. Okay.
Then they go for a spin and some laughs, with Ron behind the wheel.
Chris, I leave it.
Chris says Ron's the perfect driver, but pleads with him to be careful as the car's his baby. Chris may be nervous, but Ron has the big old Caddy with its 8-cylinder engine well under control. Together, they cruise along country roads.
Hey, is it 52er?
It dates from 1952, but Ron says the car drives like a dream, like a big Cadillac should. You just have to get used to this huge steering wheel, he says. It's very big and very high, but it drives well.
Hey, there he is. Fährt gut. Oh, yeah!
Chris says it was fun sitting in the passenger seat for a change and watching someone drive his car. That was a new experience for him.
Es war schön. Ich habe sehr viel Spaß gehabt.
Ron says it was great fun. After all, how many times do you get the chance to drive a 52 Caddy, he asks. He'll never forget it, and he hopes Chris is listening. He'd like to take the car for the weekend and begs Chris to let him have it. And the answer is yes.
Ich darf sie haben für ein Wochenende. Says the green lady and me were friends, best friends. Whoa, yes.
Ron's one lucky guy.